guys, I'm Alan Zirkle with Mr. Z's Music Lessons, and today we're going to be doing a lead guitar tutorial of What a Beautiful Name by Hillsong Worship. There's a link to the chord chart, the original song, and also a lead guitar cover of me playing this entire song with tabs on the screen if you want to check all of those things out. So let's just jump into this lesson. So the first thing you'll notice about this song is I have my capo on the 7th fret. So for this entire song, you're going to just leave that capo on the 7th fret. And anytime I refer to a fret number, it's going to be relative to the capo. So if I say 1st fret, that just means, 1st fret up from where your capo is. And we're going to start with chorus 2. Before that, there's some other electric guitar stuff going on, but I really think that's all the rhythm guitar, and then the lead guitar just comes in right on chorus 2. So I'm going to explain these chord shapes for you guys first. And our tempo is 68 beats per minute, and on this part we'll be playing 16th notes. So for the D chord, we're going to put our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. Then whenever you see the A chord, and I'd highly recommend following along on that chord chart just so this makes more sense to you. On the A chord, we're going to put our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, and our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then on the second line of chorus 2, where you see B minor 7, A, and G, for that B minor 7 chord, we're going to play the same shape that we did on D, with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. For the A chord, same shape we did earlier. And then for the G chord, it's going to be our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string. So just let me play through this chorus one time. You'll play it twice, and then after you've played it twice, you'll tag that B minor 7, A, and G progression. So I'm just going to play this slowly, and you can follow along with the tab on the screen, and hopefully that'll help you guys figure this out. You'll play that 2 times, and then after you've played that twice, tag that B minor 7, A, and G progression again. And as you're playing that pattern, you really want to try to play the notes that are on the high E string the loudest. That's kind of your melody. So every time you play that high E string, just pick it a little bit harder than everything else. Maybe not that hard, but yeah, just enough to where those notes stand out a little bit. So that's it for chorus 2. Then next up we have the instrumental, and this part's pretty simple. It's basically just 2 chord shapes kind of going back and forth. We're going to be playing 16th notes here as well, and we'll be playing 1 measure of each one of these chord shapes. So we're going to be playing the 8th fret of the B string with our 2nd finger, and the 10th fret of the E string with I use my pinky for it. And we'll be playing 16th notes, and this is just kind of that real ambient sounding part. So and then for the next shape, we're going to move down to the 7th fret with our 1st finger, and just leave your pinky where it was. And we'll do that 6 times, but I'm just going to play it once for you, so you get an idea of what it sounds like. And that's it for the instrumental. And next up we have bridge 1, and throughout bridge 1 we're just going to kind of play a really repetitive lead riff through the whole thing. So I'm just going to go through this lead riff really slowly with you guys, and you can follow the tab on the screen. So notice on all of those we have kind of our melody notes, and then we're alternating to the open G string in between each one. And that riff, I believe, we'll play it 8 times. We'll play it twice clean, and then after that, whenever it says, the heavens are roaring, typically on the word roaring, I'll go ahead and turn on my drive just to give it a little bit more punch. So I'll play a little bit of this bridge for you just a few times through so you get an idea of what it sounds like. You guys get the idea there. Just play that through 8 times. And that's it for bridge 1. And now we're on chorus 3. Now once you get to chorus 3, this is where the song takes a pretty difficult turn. Everything from here to the end is really quite difficult to play, just because we're playing 30-second notes in the right hand, just constant kind of alternate strumming up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, over and over again. So this part, if this strumming is way too difficult for you, you could always simplify it a little bit to 16th notes. I don't think it'd be the end of the world, but I would try to get this 30-second note pattern down if you can. So for the D chord, we're going to play octave shapes here. We're going to be playing the 5th fret of the D string, and then the 8th fret of the B string, and we're just going to try to mute the G string. And I mute that G string with my first finger, since I'm just kind of lay it across the G, B, and E strings just kind of real lightly. That way whenever I strum, you don't hear the G string, you just hear that kind of muted sound. So that's our D chord shape, and then whenever we get to the A chord, we're going to play, just move everything down a fret to the 4th fret of the D string and the 7th fret of the B string. Alright, then on the B minor, we're going to go back up to 5 and 8 on B minor 7. And then on A, back down to 4 and 7. And then on the G, down to 2 and 5. Okay, so I'll try playing through this part with the strumming and everything. I'm just going to play through it once, but you'll play this progression twice. Alright, so that's it for chorus 3. Then on the chord chart, I labeled this next part the bridge tag, and this part is basically the same as what we just did on chorus 3, how we're playing octaves, except what we're going to do on the D over F sharp chord, on the word rain, we're going to go up to the 7th fret of the D string and the 9th fret of the B string. Alright, and then on the very last chord of that bridge tag, the last A on the word names, we're going to play that same chord again. Okay, so let me just play through that bridge tag for you and show you what that sounds like. So that's it for the bridge tag, and then chorus 4 is going to be the same thing you played on chorus 3, so we don't necessarily need to go over that part. And let me show you just real quick, if you wanted to simplify that strumming pattern, how you do that. So you could just do all down strums if you wanted, like. if those 30-second notes are really, tripping you up. So that's it for this lesson. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments just in the comment section below. And don't forget to make any song requests. It's great to hear from you guys and kind of see what songs you guys want to learn how to play. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks again.